Who do you see being a likely successor to Aaron Finch in ODI cricket?
Oh, look, I think it'll be Pat Cummins, to be honest. And I know that he doesn't play all the one-day internationals for obvious reasons, because his workload in Test cricket has been very, like all the fast bowlers, has been really high the last few years, and they're very conscious, I know, of making sure that they've got, Cummins, Stark, and Hazelwood 100% fit and healthy for the big Test series to come around. So, look, I'd be surprised if it wasn't Pat Cummins. So yeah, that's another space we're just going to have to see, because there'll be a lot of interesting discussion going on, I think, about who that should be. Should David Warner be allowed to come back out of that ban and captain an Australian team again? Could Alex Carey potentially do it? Someone that's very high, held in really high regard around Australian cricket, and has probably had his best 12 months with gloves and bat as well in one-day international cricket. So, do they look at trying to blood someone a little bit younger than that again, even maybe a Labuschagne, someone like that? So it's an interesting one, and I guess the other thought that they've got to put into it as well is, do they want to think about just potentially having one white ball captain only and one red ball captain? Because if they're thinking about doing that, then they might have to think a bit broader, because the chances then of Cummins playing a lot of T20 cricket and one-day international cricket is probably even less likely. So who is going to be the right fit? It's an interesting conversation, and George Bailey and the selectors and obviously Cricket Australia have got a really big decision to make there.
You mentioned David Warner. Do you think it's time that Cricket Australia changed their policy about not allowing David Warner to ever be captain?
The million-dollar question. That's the question that's been asked, for a long time now. Look, I think the fact, and I'm just basing this on what's happened with Steve Smith. Steve Smith is now the Test vice captain again, and having been the captain really at the centre of the whole controversy in Cape Town. He's now the Test vice captain, which means obviously that if Pat Cummins ever misses a Test, then you would think Steve Smith is going to be captain of Australia again in Test match cricket. So if that's the case, and all being even and reasonably fair, then I think that it would be okay, as far as I'm concerned, for David Warner to have his name, not saying that they have to make him captain, but he should be able to be in the conversation, I think.